mean, it's not just that. Every time I get the kings together, the whole session turns into some sort of who's got the biggest castle, or my crown's sparklier than yours, or I'm better at wrestling than you, or would you like an orange? It's like being in a playground. Yeah. I thought King Francis was quite dishy too, but we must be professional. And anyway, he seemed to take a right shine to Elizabeth. I know. Mind you, she didn't seem that bothered. She was very good in her stress management session. Just seems to pass her by. Mind you, she has got her daddy's temper when it suits. I'm thinking of introducing her to Victoria. Might do them both a bit of good. It'll help Elizabeth with her stress by giving her a bit of a project, and it will help Victoria by giving her some ideas about how to manage people. Yep, I've thought of that. I've told her to find a distraction for him. While Albert's busy, I'll introduce her to some of her female forebears. Give her the chance to talk about being a queen with other queens. She should be waiting to join now. Yep, great. Cool. Yep, send her in.
Hello, Dr. Cat. This is very exciting. I feel like some heroine of a gothic novel. Cloak and dagger stuff.
And did you find something to distract Albert?
Yes, I've given him a little project to work on in Hyde Park.
Oh, yes.
Yes, a small exhibition of some sort.
Excellent. Victoria, the reason I wanted to get you on your own was that I wanted to talk to you without male distraction about your role. So, what do you think of your male ancestors?
Oh, don't get me started. Every time I open my mouth, I get patronised by one of those boorish louts. They're like children, big, stupid children with armies. They don't understand constitutional monarchy. They think I'm just some silly girl in a pretty dress. They refuse to appreciate that it is me who makes the decisions, that the buck always stops with me.
It's good that you can be open about how you feel. How do you think this therapy session might help you?
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want to be on an even playing field. I'm as strong as any of my advisors, stronger in many ways. I've endured years of people trying to manipulate me, several assassination attempts, and not forgetting childbirth. The main problem is this. I'm having trouble of late with a certain Tory politician. Lord help me if he should ever become Prime Minister one day. So I suppose what I want is a few hints and tips on getting my own way without resorting to taking them all outside for a good beating.
Victoria, violence is not the answer. There is always a peaceful solution to any conflict if we are prepared to look. So, I thought it might help to find inspiration by you talking to some of your female ancestors.
I'm sorry? Female? Don't be absurd. Oh, thank you, Dr. Cat, but no thank you. I thought you were going to give me another male advisor. Someone like Melbourne, perhaps. God bless his soul. I'm not sure what a woman would know about ruling.
Victoria, you do realise that you are a woman.
Yes? What's your point?
Victoria, please, just trust me on this one. You might learn something. So, I would like to introduce you to Queen Elizabeth.
Hello? Are we on? Sorry, I was just touching up the old wall paint. You never know who's watching.
Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. It's just the three of us, you, me, and this is Victoria, a distant relative of yours.
Oh, lovely. So young and pretty. You look lovely as a lady in waiting next to me to reflect my beauty.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, but I am a queen myself, you know.
Lovely. Where?
Great Britain and its empire?
Oh, lovely, me too.
Yes, mine is a fraction bigger than yours.
Elizabeth, I've asked you to join this session because Victoria here is experiencing some difficulties with a certain politician. I was wondering if you might be able to offer her some tips.
Oh, man, trouble. Let's see. Yes, I would say the best thing to do is to make every man in the kingdom fall in love with you. Men are basically like puppies. If they are well behaved, you give them a treat. And if they are naughty, then you rub their noses in it. And then they behave. They should learn.
I see. That's quite carrot and stick orientated.
So, what?
I think Victoria might be looking for something a little more subtle.
No, I like this. Tell me more. Maybe this wasn't such a terrible idea after all.
I spent my reign getting men to compete with each other for my affections. They were so busy trying to impress me, they'd do whatever I wanted. Or they'd try and surprise me. And sometimes that was more hit and miss, really. You don't think I asked Francis Drake to sail around the world, do you? Or Walter Raleigh to bring back all sorts of vegetation as presents? Or all those poets writing those sonnets for me?
Can I make some notes? Albert, fetch me my notebook. Oh, no.
Is Albert your servant, dear child? Because if so, he should be on hand. You see, it's much better to have ladies in waiting, much more reliable.
No, not really. Well, yes, sort of. Well, he's my husband and my royal subject.
Husband? Oh dear. How can he be your loyal subject?
Because I am a constitutional monarch and he is my consort.
Sounds very complicated.
I rule, but the decisions are made by my parliament, and I am queen, but my husband Albert is not king, just married to me, and I alone rule.
Oh, lovely. Good for you, dear. Well, in my time, it was much more simple, you see. I'm in charge, end of.
That must be great. But what happens if Parliament disagrees with you?
Oh, yes, those tricksy MPs. I send them home for a period of reflection to think about how they've disappointed me. Those little scamps, they soon learn. And then they do as they're told.
What about your nobles? What if they think they know better than you?
Oh, I send them home.
That seems like a very enlightened approach. How does it work?
Because then I visit them.
And have an open and frank discussion where both sides can air their feelings without fear.
Kinda. You see, I stay with them for a couple of weeks, me and the court. Just a few hundred of us. And by the time we leave, we've eaten them out of house and home, and they're flat broke. And the only way for them to get money is if I grant them a monopoly or something, and to get that, well, they have to behave themselves. Win-win. Boys, they always want to start a war. Always want to start a war, and fighting is such a waste of money. Oh, and don't let them tell you have to get married for the sake of your people and have babies for the peace and tranquility of your subject.
Oh, well, actually, it's a bit late for that. I'm already married, as I said. Well, luckily, I love my Albert, but I do seem to spend most of my reign pregnant.
Oh, you dear, that's why I'm the virgin queen. Having babies is a dangerous business.
This really feels like we're going somewhere. This is all very positive. And in fact, I have got another caller waiting, Victoria, who might be able to give you another perspective. But please do stay on, Elizabeth. This is going really well. I'm going to let in our next queen, so thank you.
Ooh, I wonder who it might be.
Just as long as it's not Mary, Queen of Scotland, or my sister Mary. Actually, no Marys at all, please, none.
Don't worry, it isn't a Mary. I'm just going to let the person it is in. This is great. I'm sure to get an award for this. I knew I should have focused on the Queen from the start. Women are so much more empathetic, more in tune with each other. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Who are you? I'm very busy. This had better be important.
My name is Dr. Cat. Welcome to this.
An English woman. I knew this would be a waste of time. So, what treasonous plan do you have up your sleeve?
What? No, I'm here to create a safe environment in which we can discuss.
More talk. That's all you English are good for. Where's my son? Henry? Henry! Henry! I've got a job for you!
Mum, I'm busy.
Henry?
I was so close.
Hello, dear viewers. Thank you very much for all your subscribing, all your liking, all your sharing. And thank you very much to the 3 people who have donated recently who don't want to be named. See you next time.